PM's finest, the icon Raymond Lauchengco is in the house! Yay! I need you back.
You do?
Ayoko nang ituloy. Baka ako masintonado bigla.
Di ba may duet tayo mamaya?
Oh, no.
Come on.
No, ikaw lang yon. Pero, ayan, narinig ninyo ang mga kanta ni Raymond Lauchengco. How true is it na may resurgence ngayon of Raymond Lauchengco? Do you feel it?
Actually, I do.
You
Sa totoo lang, I do.
Di ba,
Because
no?
all of a sudden, I mean, nung nag-ease na yung restrictions ng pandemic, ang dami nang nag-iimbita and all these people want to produce concerts, and I just came back from the States, from Australia, so I kind of feel it. I was just jahe to say it out loud, but since you mentioned it, thank you very much.
Oo, alam mo, pag
Thank you.
nag-uusap-usap kami ng mga kasamahan namin sa industriya, no, nagko-compare kami, and the entertainment landscape now is like fluid.
Yeah.
Right? Fluid. Parang kahit anong mangyayari.
Oo.
At kasama na doon, yung biglang, yung anak ko, 5 years old, kumakanta ng 𝗷𝗻𝗄𝗏 girl.
80s.
80s. Madonna,
Wow.
kinakanta ni Pilar. So, paano nangyari yun? Yung pala, nakita ko yung mga cartoons, they use the songs of the 80s because of the lyrics, the melody. It's more discernible, if you ask me. So, iniisip ko, baka yung mga kanta mo, naririnig na ulit ngayon sa social media.
You know, yesterday nga lang, sinundo ko yung mga anak ko sa school. And ang kwento nung nagda-drive kami pa uwi was that the teachers would be playing the songs. They play Farewell, they play Just Got Lucky. It's not my song, but it's associated...
Ikaw pala yung Just Got Lucky.
No, it's not my song, but it's associated with me because of Bagets.
Because of Bagets, tama.
Tapos So It's You. And, you know, the kids are singing it. And I'm like, wow, that's incredible. I mean, talk about music transcending, di ba?
Right?
Time.
Oo. Tama, no? So siguro yun yung dahilan kung bakit from the 80s, ang bagong henerasyon ngayon have an appreciation for your music again.
I guess so. I guess so.
Diba?
I am just so thankful because sa totoo lang, nung nangyari yung pandemic, I thought I was done.
Oo.
I was ready to say goodbye to everything. I thought I would never return to singing.
Abangan ninyo yung hugot niyang yan. May nangyari talaga sa buhay ni Raymond na hindi naman kakaiba. A lot of people went through it during the pandemic. Pero mamaya yan, abangan ninyo, ha? Uunahin muna natin, paano ba binubuo yung mga ganyang klaseng pamilya na masyado kayong mga talented people? Like 𝗏𝗁𝗁, Lauchengco, Raymond. Ano, pinanganak ba kayo sa entablado?
My father was vice principal sa ISM, International School Manila. My mom was basically a housewife. Later on, she would assist the president of Makati Med. Pero wala naman sila sa show business. My mom would model mga print ads, ganun. But my dad was kind of shy, like me. I'm a shy person. It was really 𝗏𝗁𝗁 who I think was the born performer among us. And I remember in high school, palagi siyang sumasali sa glee club, sa this club and that club, anything that involved people, that involved, you know, being larger than life. And she would always tag me along. I was like her chaperone. So one day, nabalitaan niya na may auditions for the King and I sa Repertory Philippines. I was just 12 years old, she was 14. So sabi niya, Raymond, I am going to audition. Hinatak niya ako. I was just there as her chaperone.
Okay.
Thing is, she played a trick on me. She filled out my name doon sa audition form. And we were like 300 kids. Oh, by the way, another one auditioning was Lea Salonga.
Ah, wow.
So 300 kids, I go into the auditorium not knowing that my name was going to be called. Then all of a sudden, 𝗵𝗴𝗶𝗶𝗏, the legendary 𝗵𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗏 starts screaming, Raymond Lauchengco, where are you? And then she starts screaming some more. And I'm there, I'm 12, I'm terrified, and I tell myself, if I don't go up that stage, she's gonna scream at me even more. So I went up and I started to sing the only song I knew.
Which was?
Evergreen. Because 𝗏𝗁𝗁 was a fan of Barbara Streisand, and we shared a room, she would play it the whole day. So I memorized it. It was probably the only song I knew.
Bakit naman ginawa ni 𝗏𝗁𝗁 sa'yo yun?
She's really naughty.
Ay,
She's really naughty. But you know, life has a way of, you know, there's payback. I got a lead role. si Menchu got assigned to the chorus. And she was not happy about that, so she quit.
Oh, wow.
And
she felt bad?
Well, she didn't want to be in the chorus. She wanted to be, like Leia, one of the children
so
of the king.
So hindi naman siya nainis sa'yo?
No.
Talaga, she was happy for you?
Kagagawan niya yun eh.
Kagagawan talaga niya,
diba?
no? Dalawa lang ba kayong magkapatid?
No, we're 4.
But only
I have 2 sisters.
But only the 2 of you are musical?
My 2 sisters like to sing, but I think they don't like being on stage. But you put them in a karaoke, you give them a mic, they're
They
game.
sing well?
Yeah, they sing well.
Oh,
sing
wow.
well, yeah.
Why? Who among your parents are singers?
Both of my parents can sing. They have nice voices, but they just never used it. I mean, I guess they lived in a time where you had to be a teacher or you had to be a doctor, that sort of thing.
Correct.
So they never considered
So I guess, nung bata kayo, naririnig-rinig ninyo yung mga magulang nyong, whistling or whatever.
Yeah. My father would play his records every Sunday. Yun ang pagparelax niya. And he would sing along. My mom would sing, and they had beautiful voices.
Correct. So you got the lead because of Evergreen. Na-save mo ba yung video ng audition na yon?
Wala pang video noon.
Ay? Ang tagal na.
This is like 1978.
Kasi naman si Raymond ayaw magtina ng buhok. Bakit?
I like my hair. There's nothing wrong with guys coloring their hair. I just want to be the guy who says na, it's okay also not to color your hair because it's just hair. It has nothing to do with who you are or what you are on the inside.
Okay, para sa akin naman, ano ngayon kung puti? At least ako may buhok.
Totoo.
Hindi ba? Ang kapal pa ng hair mo, ha?
Totoo. I have no problems looking my age. I'm proud of the fact that I have aged because it means that I see it as a gift. It's something I embrace because not everybody has the privilege to get older.
Correct.
So I'm perfectly fine with that.
You don't really look old, Raymond. Your hair is just white. Balik tayo sa kanyang young days as a thespian. So you landed the lead role, and 2 years later, you were in Sound of Music.
That's right. We did Sound of Music. By the time I was already 14 years old. That's when I met Senator Risa. Leia was in it too, Monique Wilson. Of course, my sister Menchu. Yun, nakasali na siya sa lead. One of the better parts.
I'm Raymond Lauchengco. I'm 14 and I study at Letran.
A deer, a female deer, red, a trouble from the sun.
After that, we did, West Side Story, You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, Sweeney Todd, tuloy-tuloy na, all those musicals.
All those musicals, oo. Talagang that was also a golden age with Pinky Amador.
Pinky Amador came a little later on.
A little later
A
pa?
little later on, yes.
Oh,
yes,
wow.
Yes.
But that was like a golden era of stage, right?
I agree with you. It was. Everybody. But it's resurging again now, ha?
Oo.
There's so many theater companies. Noong kasi ilan lang. Now there are so many. And each production is talagang sold out, which I think is a wonderful thing.
Wow!
Yeah.
Totoo ba?
Totoo.
Ay, mamaya pag-usapan din natin. Ang ganda nun, yung resurgence ng theater.
Yeah.
I meant to say Zenaida Amador.
Yes.
Yun talaga sila. Baby Barredo?
The founders, Baby Barredo.
Baby Barredo, yan.
Celia Diaz-Laurel.
Celia Diaz-Laurel,
Yes.
yun
And then
talaga.
a little later on, Joy Virata.
Right. So, you were fortunate that you were born into that era, right?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
I was.
So, 17 years old, na-discover na siya ni Sharon Cuneta.
Ni Megastar.
Wow!
Yeah.
So, how did that happen? Napanood ka niya?
No, my father was a teacher sa IS. And Sharon was a student. Okay? And my dad had a very soft spot for Sharon because she's a very sweet girl. And he felt that she was smarter than the grades that she was getting. So ang ginagawa ng dad ko is, he would put her in detention. Not because she did anything bad, but because he wanted to force her to study before she went off to shooting. Detention happened to be in his office. Now, in my dad's office, syempre, may desk siya, may mga pictures ng mga anak niya. Nag-stand out ako because I was the only guy. Okay. Everybody, it's my mom, my 3 sisters, and then me. So she goes, Senyor, sino yan? He's cute. I was, that's my son, He's very talented. He does plays with repertory. He sings in musicals, ganyan. Binild up niya ako. Next thing I knew, Sharon wanted me to do a screen test sa Viva, which I did, and that's how my life changed.
Doon nagsimula ang career ng Raymond Lauchengco. Tapos nung makapag-record din siya, nakita naman namin gwapo, so ginawa namin siyang artista sa mga pelikula ni Sharon muna, no? And then nung time na binubuo na yung limang lalaki sa Bagets.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Viva!
Viva right away.
Ayun na, ito na ngayon ang Raymond Lauchengco na nakilala hindi lang ng mga pumupunta sa teatro, kung hindi ang madlang people na.
Totoo.
Right?
Totoo.
This portion is brought to you by 𝗔𝗶𝗴𝗏 7-in-1 Coffee Mix. Isa lang ang isinisigaw. May plus ka sa life.
30 years married, how do you guys do it?
Connecting heart to heart and eye to eye.
Paano pag lumabo ng mata?
𝗗𝗶𝗴𝗏 Executive Optical, expert eye care, state-of-the-art facilities, affordable eyewear.
Stop staring.
Connecting with you, Dad.
Love you.
Love your eyes.
This portion is brought to you by 𝗗𝗏 Executive Optical. For expert eye care, come to 𝗗𝗏 Executive Optical. 𝗗𝗏 Executive Optical. Love your eyes.
Nakilala na nga ng madlang people si Raymond Lauchengco nang siya ay ma-discover ng no less than the megastar herself, Sharon Cuneta. Your first project in Viva.
Cross my heart.
Jenny, I hate to say this, but we must hurry because life is short and time is swift. Did I say something funny?
Ano? Wala, Ryan.
Ako yung naging unang-unang boyfriend ni Sharon sa pelikula na yon. But yung super boring na boyfriend. All I did was play chess, all I did was recite soliloquies. So she eventually dumped me for 𝗷𝗏𝗏𝗏.
In that movie.
So kawawa naman si Raymond Lauchengco, di ba?
So naawa ang madlang people sa'yo.
Naawa ang madlang people sa akin.
Oo nga. So, but you know, in the beginning, ayaw nilang gamitin yung pangalan mo, right? Na Raymond Lauchengco.
Yes, kasi feeling nila may kahabaan. So I think they wanted something shorter and crisper. So they made suggestions, but I like my name. It's my
Talaga?
name. Yeah, it's like
Gusto
it's like
nila
my...
parang mas Pinoy daw. Ano yung mga naisip nila dati? Do
Di
you
ko na
remember?
maalala. Di ko na maalala.
Raymond de la Cruz.
I don't know. But they wanted something shorter. I like my name. I like my name. It's my original name. It's like my hair. It is what it is.
So, nagtuloy-tuloy na yung mga pelikula, right?
Yes. After that, Bagets.
What's the formula of Bagets? Alam mo, lahat ng mga magkakasama kayo sa Bagets, lahat kayo sumikat, ha?
You know, Bagets was this incredible concept. I mean, syempre, youth-oriented siya. I mean, if you generalize it. But I think the real magic of the movie is that we really became friends. And it became so obvious when you watch the movie. Kasi you can't fake that, eh. You cannot fake the chemistry that we had.
Gusto nyo? Out of town tayo. Gusto nyo sa Baguio? May bahay kami doon.
From day one, we all just liked each other and got along beautifully.
Sino-sino nga ba kayo doon?
𝗗𝗏𝗏𝗏,
William
William Martinez, JC Bonin, Herbert Bautista, and myself. And then Bagets too, dinagdag na si Francis Magalona and Ramon Christopher.
Wow! Parang swak nga kasi parang you represent different personalities.
I think so,
Right?
yeah.
There's a
yeah.
comic,
Yeah.
there's a macho,
Yeah.
di ba? A hunky.
I was the serious boy next door kind of guy, you know.
Yes.
Janice, will you just give me 5 minutes to explain? Thank you.
Importante ba sa isang artista or singer that you know your brand and you stick to it?
You know, to be honest with you, Korina, I was a teenager. I didn't know anything. But, you know, the executives knew what they were doing. So, you know, they cast us accordingly.
Sino manager mo noon?
At that time, wala naman eh. It was just,
Totoo?
hindi naman uso ang manager noon. I was being handled by 𝗗𝗶𝗴𝗶𝗁, the entire department.
Paano yung school?
Yun ang problema.
Na iniwanan na lang ang school.
Malaking problema yun.
Naku, ang tatay mo, principal ng eskwelahan. Paano ka tumigil ng pag-aaral?
I know, right? The thing is, you know, my life was, okay, you go to school from 7 a.m. until about 3, 4 in the afternoon. Then you jump to the television station beside UP. At that time, it was in that area there. And you do a television show which you're hosting. And then in the evenings, you would shoot until maybe 2 or 3 in the morning. And then you'd get 2-3 hours of sleep, and you'd go, and your first class is Math 11. So how long can you sustain that, right? And it's true, it's one of my regrets that I didn't finish school. I would have loved to have a degree. But when I think about it also, I mean, I'm doing what I love. This is what I want to do. So maybe I kind of skipped something that the world considers important, but I got to the destination anyway. So that is the way I look at it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so. I think
yeah.
I think correct perspective naman yun.
Yeah.
Because
Because-
success is defined differently, you know?
And you know, Korina, not everybody is destined to become a doctor or a lawyer or an architect. I wanted to be those things, I thought, because that's what, you know, the world told you to become at that age, at that time in the 80s. But I realized these are the gifts that God gave me. I mean, I should be using these gifts, and you don't need a degree for this.
Correct. Totoo nga. Totoo naman yon, di ba? Basta kahit walang mathematics, basta marunong ka magbilang ng pera, okay na yon.
But I would never tell people not to finish school. I mean, it doesn't apply to everybody, okay?
Correct.
Maybe it worked for me,
Correct.
but I would always suggest finish school.
Most teenagers would still be dreaming of something like that. Pero kayo, naabot nyo na, bata pa lang kayo. Anong effect nun sa'yo? Okay, honestly, may masamang effect ba yun sa bata?
You know, to be completely honest with you, kasi I never looked for it eh. I had fun in theater, doing mga stage plays, ganon-ganon. Pero sa stage plays naman, I mean, your life doesn't change the way it does in show business. So when I became a celebrity and people started fussing over like me like this, I didn't know how to handle it. Because I'm really a shy, quiet person. You know, I'm not used to people fussing over me. So I didn't handle that very well. I didn't know how to be a celebrity. That became an issue. And I realized it could get a little weird for young people, no? Because there's a lot of attention, and sometimes siguro, if you're not careful, that attention might make you think na ang galing-galing mo. You know, you can do anything because, you know, you're on top of the world, you're on top of your game. But ako, my advice is, you know, it's not always going to be that way. Tomorrow, there's going to be somebody who's 10 times better than you.
Ganun ka
So,
mag-isip.
be ready for it, be grounded, relish it, enjoy it, but do not let it get to your head because it's a gift. It doesn't mean it's gonna be with you forever.
Pero, Raymond, bata ka pa nun. Hindi ka pa ganyan mag-isip. Ganyan ka na mag-isip kahit nung bata ka pa lang.
Hindi.
Ayan na nga ang sinasabi ko.
That's why, you know,
Oo.
I honestly think young people should be mentored.
Okay.
There should be somebody in their team, and maybe there is. Pero nung panahon namin, wala.
Alam mo kasi, nung panahon ni, halimbawa ni Johnny Manahan and Star Magic, they mentor them. They are life coaches at the same time. Ang ginagawa noon nila, Mr. M, yung mga alaga nila, sinasabi, they advise them how to invest their money.
Right.
So they're not homeless
Right,
after
right,
stardom,
right. Yeah.
right? Kasi may katapusan
Yeah.
ang bagay. Pero habang ikaw nandun, hindi mo naiisip yon.
Hindi, bata
So
ako
what did you do with your money? Anong ginawa mo sa pera?
Spent it all.
No. Anong pinagbibili mo?
Kung ano-ano. Because, you know, I was single. I had no responsibilities. I lived in the home of my parents. I wasn't paying rent. You know, for me, money was there, I'll spend it.
Talaga, relo, kotse, rubber shoes.
Anything. Now I'm the total opposite.
Gano'n.
Because I have a family.
I see.
So, kuripot na ako ngayon.
Ay, allergic ako sa salitang yan. Going back to stardom, you know, like an iconic character or dialogue.
I think the two films that stand out in my memory would be Bagets, one, and then maybe Saan Darating ang Umaga with Maricel Soriano. Because that was my first crack at being a leading man.
Hi, ako si Raul Hobson. Ikaw si Shane Rodrigo, di ba? Bago lipa lang sa subdivision, border kina Mrs. Lopez. In fact nga, naging ka-eskwela ko si Jim eh. Di mo alam. Pareho tayong taga-UP.
Ay, alam mo, may
right.
nabalitaan ako dyan sa eksena nyo ni Maricel.
Oh no.
Oh no, nasigawan
no.
siya, natalakan siya ng big time ni Diamond Star.
That's
Bakit?
true.
Anong
That's
nangyari?
true. First day of shooting, Korina, okay? I was both a singer and an actor being managed by one company. The same company sent me 2 call slips. You show up at this place for shooting at 1 o'clock. You show up at this place to sing at 1 o'clock. Sabi ko, paano ako magbabylocate, di ba? I mean, parehong 1 o'clock. So sabi nung department sa akin, kumanta ka muna. And then, we will talk to the people sa set. We will explain to them that you'll be a little late. Okay, apparently, hindi yun nakarating kay Maricel.
Okay.
I arrived maybe a couple of hours late. And Korina, I swear, I am a punctual person. I hate being late because I don't want to make other people wait for me. It's hugely disrespectful.
Okay.
So I was terrified that I had to be late. But Maricel did not know. So the minute I arrived on set, I apologized to Mario de los Reyes, the director, and he looks at me and he goes, "You better talk to Maricel." So one of the PAs took me to the dressing room and I said, "Maricel, I'm so sorry. Ganito yung nangyari. They booked me to sing. They booked me to shoot at the same time. I didn't know what to do. They told me to sing first." And she looks at me from head to toe. And then she screams, ano pa nga ba? And she leaves the room and my legs are shaking. And I just sink into a chair.
Pagkatapos siyang talakan ng big time, ano pa nga ba?
We had to
Biglang kailangan kunan nyo ito.
for publicity.
Halata bang natalakan ka? Hindi halata.
You don't see my legs. My legs are still shaking.
Totoo. Alam mo, si Maria talaga, hindi halata Hindi
But,
talaga halata.
you know, we became good friends.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I should tell her now. We're good friends now. I should tell her and show her this photo.
She eventually forgave me.
You forgave her?
Well,
I mean, she forgave you. Dapat you forgave her.
you know, I didn't think about it that way. I was so scared of her that I figured, you know, I'm the one who should...
Kasi late ka talaga eh.
Yeah.
Oo, late ka naman talaga.
I hate being late. I hate being late.
Okay, what about songs? Your favorite?
I like I Need You Back.
I Need You Back. Parang yun na yung tatak Raymond Lauchengco, right?
I think so. Also because it was my first hit.
So you were saying...
I was in a taxi coming home from rehearsals at Repertory Philippines. And, you know, I was sleepy, I was groggy. Then all of a sudden, I hear on the radio station that's playing on the car speakers, the DJ. And he goes, "Okay, there's this new singer. His name is Raymond Lauchengco, and he's singing this song called I Need You Back." And I was like, Raymond Lauchengco? That's me. And then they played dun, 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 the intro of I Need You Back. And I was like, it was the first time that I heard my voice on radio. So I looked around, it was on EDSA. I rolled down the windows and I started screaming, "That's me! This is my song! This is
So
my-"
funny.
That's how because can you imagine hearing yourself for the first time?
Oo nga, siguro nga.
Because nowadays, I mean, you don't have to wait for the radio to play your song. You can get it on you know,
Spotify
or whatever platform
Pero
there
dati,
is.
kung singer ka, hihintayin mo talaga yung radyo na
Yeah.
tumugtog, di ba? Oo.
And this was the very first time I ever heard my voice on the radio.
Wow.
It was surreal.
What a
Totally surreal.
moment. What a moment.
What a moment. But I also love Saan Darating Umaga and Farewell, you know, such special songs. Because they've become a part of the soundtrack of people's lives.
It's true. And that's also why lahat itong mga OFW na mga kaedaran natin na ngayon nasa ibang bansa at ngayon may pera na sila.
Totoo.
You know, to buy tickets for an artist from the Philippines in their country. Where have you gone? Australia?
I was in Australia, I was in the States, I'm leaving again for the States, and then next year I'm going back to Australia, New Zealand, going back to the States, going back to Canada.
No way!
It's crazy.
Ganon,
it's really crazy. I love it. I love
Ganon
it.
ka-in-demand ang mga songs mo ngayon.
Like I said, I'm just so thankful because I thought I was finished.
This is the resurgence we were talking about. Ito yung pagbabalik ng mga singers from the 80s. Alam mo, pupunta ka ng party ngayon, ang mga nagpe-perform talaga at lahat ng tao, tuwang-tuwa, 𝗗𝗏𝗴𝗶𝗴 You know, even Martin, there's Pops pa rin. But I mean, you know, there really is a reappreciation, as we said, because of social media.
Perhaps.
You are now like reachable to them, di ba?
I think-
Sabihin natin napaka-blessed, di ba? Because ang daming sumusubok, sumikat, ang daming mga nangangarap ni hindi nakatuntong. In your case, bata ka pa lang, parang, you know, stardom was served to you on a silver platter.
That's true.
It's so true.
That's true.
Tsaka anong mga panahon na yon, pag patok ka for ang tagal. Tsaka mabilis. Noong mga panahon na yon, hindi tulad ngayon, ang dami na. Imagine the competition, you just sing by yourself and put a cell phone here.
Yeah.
You're a star, right? But then, you had to be discovered.
Yeah.
So wow, what a charmed run. Pero, tulad ng marami rin sa atin, yung nakikita ninyo sa TV at nakikita ninyo, naririnig nyo sa radyo, hindi yun ang totoong buhay nila, di ba? I mean, that's part of the charm and the reality. Pero marami ding naging struggles si Raymond in his personal life. And so, let's find out. Yung tao, hindi yung star na Raymond Lauchengco na never ninyo nalaman. Yan ang pag-uusapan natin next.
Kahit pa anong hadlang, mananatili kang mahal sa aking tunay. May umaga man pala kung di kanya dala, ito'y walang buhay.
This portion is brought to you by Skin Oasis, your haven for skincare. Products also available in Shopee and Lazada.
Why choose Supreme Pure Organic Barley? It is 100% pure organic barley straight from Australia. Certified super brands. The first alkaline-based barley in the Philippines. High pH level, 7.9 alkaline level, 68 micronutrients, non-acidic. It helps boost immune system, improves digestion, high in antioxidants, regulates blood sugar level and cholesterol. Waglan Basta Barley. Dapat alkaline-based Supreme Pure Organic Barley.
30 years married, how do you guys do it?
Connecting heart to heart and eye to eye.
Paano pag lumabo ng mata?
𝗗𝗶𝗴𝗶𝗏𝗏 Expertise Eye Care, state-of-the-art facilities, affordable eyewear.
Stop staring.
Connecting with you, Dad.
Love you.
Love your eyes.
Ba ang love life ni Raymond Lauchengco? Paano ba siya manligaw? Baka hindi nyo alam. Ako, hindi ko nga alam na may asawa na siya. I'm so detached. Hindi ko alam. How many kids?
2 kids.
2 kids. Ilang taon na sila?
16 and 14.
O, bata pa rin.
Bata pa, because I got married late na eh. 39 na ako nag-asawa.
39. Okay, bakit? Na-enjoy mo masyado yung bachelorhood?
It just didn't happen until it happened. I mean, I had other relationships. They didn't work out. So, wala, ganun eh. So, I think when I met Mia, it changed everything. Because, ayun, I mean...
Saan mo siya nakilala?
Okay, ganito yun. At that time, I was a professional photographer. I still am. And I was mounting my first exhibit. And she had her own gallery that she was running. And I needed frames. So I went there to have my photographs framed. But I saw her and she was cute and she was smart and she was charming, you know. So instead of placing my orders in bulk, because I had like maybe 20 or 30 photographs that I needed to frame, ginawa ko siya pa isa-isa.
Ay,
So
style!
that I could keep on coming back to see her.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Parang pupunta ka ng palengke, imbis sa 1 kilo na bilin mo pa isa-isang hipon.
Kasi I wanted to come back.
Correct.
Diba?
Siyempre. Also, yun yung style, pa isa-isa.
Medyo bulok.
Style bulok. Di naman. Cute nga eh. Hindi ba siya nagtaka? Bakit pa ulit-ulit kang bumabalik?
I think she knew because, you know, I'm very transparent. You can see it in my face. You know, you can see things in my face.
Okay.
If I'm not too happy, you're gonna see it. You know, if you see a glint in my eye, you can tell naman it means something.
Okay. So, 10 years age gap.
Yes, I was 39. Well, no, we got married, I was 39, but I started seeing her, we were dating for about 2 years first.
Okay. Ang bilis nun, 2 years.
Yeah.
Kahit sa bagay, we're 39, etc. Pero okay, so it worked out. Pero teka muna, you know, one thing that caught me sa storya mo, talagang artist ka, ha? I mean, nag-ano ka rin, di ba? Nagsa-sculpture ka rin.
Yes.
Nag-photography ka rin pala.
Yes.
And all through this time, baka lingid sa inyong kaalaman, hindi lang naman siya artista at singer, siya rin ay direktor ng mahabang panahon.
Yes, for like 20 years.
Ano ang mga dinidirect mo?
I did one movie, I did theater, I did lots of concerts, I directed corporate events that had you.
Oo nga.
And ang dami, siguro more than 500 projects.
Talaga? And you like it? Gusto mo na pagdidirect?
I wanted to try it because all of my mentors were directors. Sina Bibot Amador, Freddy Santos, lahat yan, mga hinahangaan ko. And so I just wanted to see what it would be like to step into their shoes. And so I got an offer to direct an event, and I did it, and I loved it because, you know, you have the opportunity to work with the best, and you have the opportunity to really form a vision and have an opinion that everybody contributes to, and that for me was new, it was exciting. So I kind of like being the boss.
Right.
But I'm a very nice boss. I'm very pleasant to work with. And
Control. I think it's about control.
It's about control. Right. I'm a control freak. And I think that's why I'm a good director, because I worry about everything. I think about all the possibilities. You're thinking about plan A, nasa plan C na ako. Because that's how far ahead I think.
May ganun ka.
So I think that made me a very competent director.
Bakit ayaw mo na mag-direct?
Hindi naman sa ayaw. It's just that I've had so many creative detours in my life. You know, if my career was a highway, ako panay right turn, photography, left turn, directing. Nung pandemic, hard stop yun for everybody. So napunta naman ako sa visual art. I feel I'm at the point in my life where I just want to concentrate now on singing.
Because that's really your first love.
It really is. It's my first love. And, you know, the amazing thing about it is, no matter how many years I spend not singing, like when I'm directing, 20 years, di ba? So I don't sing for a while, or when I'm a professional photographer, every time I go back to singing, the miracle is that people embrace me with open arms without judgment. They're just so happy to see me, hear me singing again. And so I'm like, you know, it's time that I said thank you.
Ayun.
It's time that I stay put and say thank you, because apparently it means something to not just a few people.
Okay, well, you're right, because we're very happy to hear I need you back again. O, di ba? Ganun talaga. Una, adventurous ka, no? Parang you're like a constant gardener. You know, some people get really depressed kasi hindi nila alam ang gagawin nila sa sarili nila. Ikaw, parati kang may naiisip gawin.
I don't know kasi how to sit still. Kailangan, I'm very restless. I always need to be doing something.
Okay, so nakatulong yon kahit sabi mo nga, dumaan kayo sa konting hirap during the pandemic. Ano bang hirap yon,
well,
Raymond?
The pandemic was the great equalizer. I mean, lahat tayo naghirap, no? If I may say so. It's just that
Siyempre, walang mga show.
Walang show, walang events. I mean, you know, and nobody knew when it was going to end. And I remember 2 weeks before the first lockdown, my sister got terribly ill. She was half paralyzed from a severe potassium deficiency, so she had to be hospitalized. And then my father died. He had a stroke. And then my wife, Mia, got COVID. We didn't know at that time it was COVID because there was no testing. But now that we think about it, I think that was COVID because that was
could
pretty
have
bad.
ano.
I know.
Oo.
It was terrible. She was in bad shape for like a month. And that was 2 weeks before the lockdown. Tapos nag-lockdown. So you can imagine the stress that not just me, but because of all the things that were happening to me, I was going through, diba? Plus I found out all my bookings were canceled. So I felt like a pressure cooker. And I said, I know myself, I'm prone to anxiety. If I don't do something, I'm just going to fall into very deep depression. I gotta do something. Then, you know, Korina, the most beautiful thing happened. The softest voice told me, go outside, make something. So I took whatever tools I had. Meron akong kinakalawang na lagare. Meron akong martilyo na I never used before. Meron akong mga chisel. I went outside, I gathered wood, I started sculpting. Because it was lockdown, you couldn't go anywhere to get things. So I would sneak around the village because our village has a lot of trees. And I would take whatever it is they would cut and I'd turn it into functional art. I'd turn it into furniture. I'd turn it into something electric. And all of a sudden, I became this visual artist. It brought out a side of me that I did not know even existed. And I realized because I was busy, I had no more time to worry.
Ayun.
And because I worked myself so hard, I would wake up at 2:30, I'd sketch. By 6 or 7, I'd be working already. I'd finish at 5 o'clock, I'd cook. I'd be so tired, nawala yung anxiety ko. Kasi wala ka ng energy, di ba?
Nga.
So it was the perfect therapy. Now, because I'm also a photographer, I started to take pictures of the things that I would make. I would post because that was the only connection we had with others via social media, Instagram, Facebook. Eto na. People were like so amazed and so inspired and they started to ask if they could buy them. At first I was 𝗗𝗶𝗴𝗶𝗏 because I was just really doing it for myself, just to survive. But then they said, why don't you sell it and raise funds for your fellow events workers who are jobless? So I said, that I can do. So I did my first online exhibit of about 16 pieces that I made and it was sold out. Then I did another one, sold out, and so on and so forth. And then I taught myself kintsugi, the art of the Japanese, how they restore ceramics. I started to teach it online. And then I started to teach myself how to make sculptures. I started rendering families in sculpture, mother and child, father and child, that sort of thing.
Right.
And it became a hit as well.
Correct. Without even knowing it, you know how to heal yourself.
I was shocked. I was totally shocked.
So while you were doing your art, si wife naman nagbebenta ng sabon. Alam mo, uso yan dati. Ang dami ko ring nabentang sabon, Raymond. Nanood, sabon, alcohol, nagbenta ako ng alcohol. Nagbenta ako ng mga vintage shades. So your wife was also into life selling.
She was into that before the pandemic naman. It's just that soap became so essential. So she started teaching people, not just to buy soap, but how to actually make their own soap.
Wow.
Tsaka yung soap niya, social, Castile.
Wow.
Olive oil.
Wow.
You can't get any...
mahal.
You can't get purer than olive oil soap. It's called the newborn soap, di ba?
I love olive oil soap, yes.
So she became a big hit online because, yun nga, soap became such an essential thing. And ang ganda nung ginawa niya because she started to teach, people lost their work. So sabi niya, I'll give you work. Here's something you can do. I'll teach you how to make soap. You sell soap. Diba?
Okay.
I'll give you a business. So, as dark and as sad and as scary as those pandemic times were, for me it was also a beautiful time because it brought out, I think, the best in us.
You think so?
I think so. People were kinder. People were more compassionate. There was so much empathy. People were doing things for free for each other.
That's true.
So,
and nadiskubre natin na maraming bagay na hindi kailangan sa buhay.
Totoo yan.
Right?
Totoo
yung
yan.
kailangan meron kang ganitong damit,
Totoo
yung kailangan
yan.
may ganito kang sapatos,
Totoo
alahas. Wala nang lumalabas, wala nang makakakita nun.
in one way, it was like a great sieve. It separated what was essential from the non-essential. And what really mattered at that time? Family. Because you were together for 24/7.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oo nga.
And you know, that's the first time my hair went gray. And I was okay. Kasi wala, hindi ka makapagpakulay. Sarado lahat.
Correct.
And I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, importante ba yung kulay ng buhok mo? Parang, hindi naman.
Oo.
Di ba?
Goodbye, Tina.
Goodbye, Tina.
Oo.
Let's
ayun.
get real.
Hello, George Clooney. Ayun. Di ba parang ganon? Okay. Totoo yun, ano? At ngayon, pagkatapos ng pandemic, ay, mamaya mo na ikwento. Kasi pagkatapos ng pandemic, nagbago na naman ang mga bagay-bagay, ah. Many things changed. Was it for the good, for the better? Entertainment landscape? Online selling, you know, social media, maraming pag-uusapan. At saka kung paano si Raymond sa pag-aalaga niya ng kanyang aso. I love dogs. Okay, paano niya alagaan ang mga anak niya, asawa, o ayan, marami pa tayong pag-uusapan.
So it's you, I've been waiting for so long. So it's you, where were you all along? Very special moments, these will always be with me. We are here, you and I, we belong.
This portion is brought to you by Pure Gold. Sa Pure Gold, always mura, always kompleto, always may promo, always panalo.
Whoever you are, whatever you do, we bring out the best in you.
This portion is brought to you by Supreme Pure Organic Barley by Levex. First alkaline-based pure organic barley. Every sip is full of beneficial nutrients. Wag basta barley, dapat alkaline-based Supreme Pure Organic Barley.
Marami pa tayong hindi alam tungkol kay pop icon, especially during the years of OPM golden years, Raymond Lauchengco. Tulad nung pagiging asawa at tatay, istrikto ka ba? They're teenagers, ha?
You're teenagers already.
Nahihirapan ka na teenagers sila ngayon?
No, they're very good kids.
Totoo, swerte ka, ha?
Alam mo, pag wala kami ni Mia, let's say, when we were in Australia, we'll talk on our gadgets. And magpapaalam sila kung pwede sila manood ng TV. Magpapaalam muna sila bago sila makagamit ng gadgets. They're very good kids.
Totoo.
Very good kids.
Ah, nice. Oo. So, okay, ano ang formula ninyo ni Mia? How do you rear kids who, like, toe the line?
Ako, I'm no expert, but our approach, because it is instinctive to us, is that you are a parent, yes, but you also have to find a balance so that you can be their friend. So it's like you're a firm parent, but you're also a friend, so that, you know, they're not afraid to approach you. They're not afraid to tell you anything. But yet, there is that respect. Now, they know na they cannot just turn on the TV. They know that they cannot use their gadget the whole day. May oras yan. Diba? They know that this time is for studying. They know this time is for sleeping.
Right. Ah, so ganon. So parang like a routine.
It's a balance that you strike with your kids. And I don't think it's a formula that everybody can use. I think you adapt depending on the kind of parent you are and the kind of children you have. I'm just fortunate na I have obedient kids, really obedient and smart.
So when does it get better, Raymond?
What do you mean?
They're 5 now. And sometimes I want to jump out the window. Sa totoo, parang gusto kong tumalo ng bintana. Pag nag-aaway na sila.
But you know, they grow up so fast. So you really just gotta enjoy them while they're driving you crazy because it goes by so quickly.
Really?
It goes by too quickly.
Kailangan ko ma-enjoy pati yun. Napapaisip ako doon.
Kasi, you know, one day they're not gonna need you anymore.
Oo nga, parang gano'n. Palapit ka na ba doon?
Yeah.
Hindi ka na pinapansin?
May barkada na.
May barkada na kasi.
And I remember, nagselos ako. Nagselos talaga ako because during the pandemic years, wow, I loved it. Na we were in each other's faces na 24/7. I loved it.
Really?
Nung natapos na yung pandemic, may back to school na because we homeschooled, Tinuruan namin sila talaga ng homeschool.
Oh, wow.
I was teaching them certain subjects. Mia was teaching them certain subjects. So the bond that we developed was incredible. It was so beautiful.
Good for you.
And then when they went to real school, nagselos na ako. They had different teachers. During weekends, nagpapaalam na kung pwede silang mag-ATC. Magpunta dito, magpunta
Sleepover.
doon. No.
Ayaw mo na sleepover.
I don't like sleepovers.
Okay.
You can go to the mall, you can watch a movie together, but you come home.
Umuwi
You
ka.
come home.
Okay. Enjoy ka sa mga anak mo. And for marriage, did it do well for your marriage or what?
It was a beautiful time. You know, like I said kanina, it was scary. So many people died. I have friends who died. I had relatives who died. But on the other hand, you know, the blessings that came. All of a sudden, we had time. We never had time before, Korina. All of a sudden, we had all the time in the world. And we could use that to enjoy family.
Ayun, I see. Okay. So, but between partners, what's your formula? Sometimes it's really absence, absence from each other. The space is what keeps them together.
Perhaps.
Like me time, right?
Perhaps. But kami ni Mia, we're not like that. Mia's my wife. It's a partnership. It's really a partnership. You fall in love, and out of that love, a certain kind of respect is born. And that for me is the secret to a relationship. You've got to respect each other. Because in any marriage, magkakabanggaan kayo . You're gonna disagree. Yes, you're gonna fight. Yes. You will not see eye to eye, definitely. But you must respect each other.
Okay. Yun ang importante. Okay. O saan naman ang galing yung bulag na pusa? May bulag na pusa daw kayo na pinulot. I love it.
Wala kasi kaming gate. I live in a gated village, pero yung bahay namin walang gate. You go up a ramp and it's already the garage. It's already, you go in the kitchen. So one day we just discovered that a kitten had been born in our driveway and abandoned. And so we put the box there, and my daughter fell in love with this cat, started feeding the cat by hand. We soon realized the poor cat, because of lack of nutrition, was partially blind.
Partially
Blind. Now he only has one eye because he got into a fight, so the other eye had to be surgically removed. Partially blind na nga, nawala pa yung
Wala
isa.
pa yung isa.
So, anyway, my daughter fell in love with this cat, Kuming. And while Kuming was living outside, she waited a couple of months until her birthday. I think it was her 15th or 14th birthday. She made a computer presentation, PowerPoint, 6 pages on why we should adopt Kuming. Nakalatag lahat yan, lahat ng dahilan, with matching pictures, with matching research, ganyan-ganyan, and what cats need, litter box, how they groom themselves, etc., etc. When I saw that, my heart just melted.
Okay.
Plus, wise siya. She did it on her birthday. Hindi ako makatanggi.
Ay, regalo na lang.
So now Kuming lives indoors with us.
Nice.
I call him the pirate cat because just one eye.
One-eyed cat siya.
One-eyed.
Nice naman, di ba? I think, naniniwala ako talaga na kapag ang isang tao ay mabait sa mga hayop, mabait na tao yun, di ba? So I guess it's good training for your kids.
Now we have about 3 other cats living outside.
Patay ka dyan.
I'm kind of scared because I can see another presentation coming my way. And then we have a toy poodle also, si Lily, who we love. Talagang members of the family.
How nice for you. Baka matapos na tayo dito, hindi pa natin natatanong. Ano ba ang pagmamantini ng boses na maganda?
Ako naman, I don't do anything special.
Hindi ka daw umiinom ng malamig na tubig.
Room temperature is fine. I rest. If I have a show, let's say a few days from now, I will not talk.
Pareho kayo ni Shasha.
I will preserve.
I see. Okay.
But other than that, that's about it.
Salabat?
No.
No, you don't do any of that stuff.
I don't like salabat. Parang Makati.
Kanya-kanya talaga, no? Okay, so what? Is your Is your octave now one lower?
No, I still sing my songs in the original key.
Galing mo.
I still sing it in the original key.
Talaga ba?
My voice was never high, but it's still the same. It's still the same.
Correct, correct. So, nangyari na ba sa'yo na nakalimutan mo lyrics?
Oo naman.
Nadapa ka sa stage?
Oo naman.
No.
Yeah,
Nagbibiro,
that happens.
nadapa ka talaga sa stage?
Hindi lang nadapa, nahulog ako sa manhole because I remember one time I was performing.
Nahulog sa manhole?
There was this stage, okay? We were promoting somewhere, I think it was Ali Mall. Bata pa ako nun. There was a trap door. Nobody told me there was a trap door. So I'm singing farewell. Farewell to you, my friends. We'll see each other again.
Nakakatawa naman yan, Raymond.
Korina, I'm walking backwards.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, farewell to the boom. The stage swallows me up. And people start to clap because they think,
Akala nila part
wow,
yun.
effect, di ba? Until they heard, help. Help.
I need bigla naging Beatles.
I'm stuck there. You know, nobody told me there was a trap door.
Oh, totoo ba yan?
It's true.
Nakakatawa yung kwentong yan, ah. Wala bang litrato yan?
Wala pang social media nun, thank God.
Wow.
But that's happened, and then I've forgotten lyrics. I mean, that happened.
This new landscape of the industry. So, high-tech na, di ba? Meron ng social media. Parang it's good and bad in a way, I think. Because una, you are rediscovered. As we said, there's a resurgence for the demand for the 80s singers where the music was beautiful. At the same time, ang dami yung kakompetensya. Pero ilan lang talaga yung mga tulad nyo na hasa sa performance from the 80s, right?
My message to you, my beloved brother, is I wish you all the best on your major concert. It's time. You are where you are because you are brilliant and you're wonderful and you're hardworking. You're a good father, you're a good husband, and you're a great brother. So all the best and more power to you always. I'll always be here to support you. I love you.
After 40 years, talagang masasabi mo, ang magaling na talent can last easily for 40 or even 50 years. So, congrats to Mr. Raymond Lauchengco for your 40th anniversary. Meron
siyang concert sa Soler. Eto na.
Like I said kanina, Korina, you know, more than anything after, it's a milestone for me, 2024, because it's my 40th year. And it's high time that I said thank you to the people who have listened to me for the last 40 years and who continue to listen to me. I just need to say thank you to all of them. And for me, the best way to do this is by doing a concert in Manila because I haven't done that in a long time.
Oo nga.
So on November 23 at the theater, at the beautiful theater at Soler, I'm going back to my roots and I'm mounting a concert called Just Got Lucky.
Cute naman. Ako, ang daming tatayo dyan para sumayaw. I swear, if I'm there, I'm gonna do that.
Because that's how I feel about my career. The more appropriate term is I've been blessed. Unfortunately, that's not the song. So, just got lucky.
Okay na yung just got lucky. Kumita tayong malaki dyan. Oo.
Tickets nga pala are available in case you want to watch.
Yes,
I will invite you.
How do you buy the tickets?
Ticket World.
In Ticket World.
Ticket World. Very simple.
O ayan, sa November yan, ha? O, Raymond Lauchengco's back. What is your message to aspiring artists? Marami dyan talaga nangangarap, talented, pero hindi nila alam kung paano sila magsisimula.
Don't give up. Do not give up. If you believe, if you have a passion for something, that isn't normal. The mere fact that you feel so passionately about something should tell you that this is yours. This can be for you. Don't give up. Just keep on doing it. If you need to take on 2 jobs to support that passion of yours, go. But give it try it. You have to go for it. Because you don't want to go through your life and have ever regret na bakit hindi ko pinursige.
Correct.
Di ba?
Mas maganda, keep yourself busy and just, move forward.
Just keep on moving forward. We have to keep on moving forward.
Correct. Wow. Full circle, Raymond Lauchengco. Thank you so much for sharing your life with us. Cheers.
Cheers.
Kape lang po ito, ha? Kape. Cheers, Raymond.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Of course, manonood kami ng concert mo. Palakpakan naman dyan.
Now that the end is already here, reminisce about old tales if our last hurrays were never clear. Farewell to you, my friends. We'll see each other again. Don't cry, 'cause it's not the end of everything. I may be miles away, but this is where my heart will stay with you, my friends, with you. Yesterday's a treasure, today is here. Tomorrow's on its way, look, the sky is clear. Thank you for the memories of all the laughter and the tears. Not to mention our doubts and our fears, the hypertension we gave to our peers. It's really funny to look back after all of these years. Don't cry, 'cause it's not the end of everything. I may be miles away, but this is where my heart will stay with you, my friends, with you. Farewell to you, my friends. We'll see each other again. Don't cry, 'cause it's not the end of everything. I may be miles away, but this is where my heart will stay with you, my friends, with you, my friends, with only you.